How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Bolt Banter. It's your boy Curtis here.
Hey, and it's Kendrick, and we're live from Qualcomm Stadium previewing the Chargers at the Oakland Raiders.
For week 5 of the season. Now,
oh boy.
Are they Oakland or Las Vegas?
Las Vegas?
I don't
Los
know.
Angeles? Jacksonville? No, I'm just kidding.
We'll find out. Anyway, let's jump right into it. So, Raiders are 3-1.
Chargers are 1-3. Wow. How the tables have turned in the AFC
They
West.
have. And Carr's doing great. He's having a great season so far.
He is. He's ranked the top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
He is. And so is Philip Rivers. We'll get into more to that.
Ooh.
But let's jump right in with their offense.
Pretty nice when your number 1, number 2 receivers are healthy, might I say.
Yeah, it helps a little bit. It's a little boost, huh? All right, so let's jump right ahead to the Raiders offense. Now, statistically, they're 3rd in yards a game and 7th in points a game in the NFL. So, doing pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Overall. So we've been known to let up on giving a bunch of yards away, our defense.
Mm-hmm.
Last game was a little better. It was actually an improvement from the previous weeks. We held Drew Brees to a good amount of yardage, not a ridiculous amount.
For what Drew Brees does,
exactly.
Drew Brees things.
And somehow we still lost, but that's beyond my
talk about
knowledge.
That. Wipe it away.
Yeah.
Let's fumble that talk last week, huh? Too soon.
Too soon. So anyway, their offense is statistically doing great. They're doing obviously wonderful. Doing okay with 3-1. They defeated the Ravens last week, who were
undefeated.
And now they're not.
Closed it out there really quick.
So, anything you'd like to say about their offense besides what we've said already?
I think the biggest factor is that Latavius Murray's been hurt. He was in a walking boot yesterday. They're gonna have a running back by committee with some younger running backs. I think
it looks like it's gonna be Washington.
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
But they got some fast running backs. We haven't been super great against the run, so expect to see those guys. But Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree.
That's
pretty good.
That's the biggest concern.
Pretty good. Michael Crabtree is statistically also a top 5 wide receiver this season. Had 3 touchdowns last week. And if he's going up against Brandon Flowers, oh boy. But if he's going up against Craig Mager, Stevie Williams and these guys, woo! Michael Crabtree, have yourself a day, boy.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll go up against Flowers. Flowers is still having concussion issues. He hasn't practiced all week. So we maybe see Hayward
on Coop, and then whoever on who.
We just got Steve Williams back. I don't know if he's immediately back in the mix or what, but
Craig Mager, Adrian Phillips.
He had the interception last week. Brett tipped it on his partially torn ACL, mind you.
Joey Bosa.
We're getting there.
We'll get there.
Hold on. All right, now let's go into the Raiders' defense. Okay, we've all heard of this name, Khalil Mack. Rising star.
Let me tell you about another guy on the Oakland defense that I thought was a big factor for them against the Ravens last week. Reggie Nelson. I think Reggie Nelson was a big sign for the Raiders. I think that he's brought a lot of toughness, a lot of leadership to this team. You got to watch out for Bruce Irvin right there in the middle.
Yep.
But Reggie Nelson, watch out for him going up against Tyrell Williams, Travis Benjamin. How can they handle a true big hitter like Reggie Nelson that we have not seen yet this season?
It's true. And Khalil Mack isn't having as loud of a season, I think, yet that he did last year, but he's
Chargers
still
are the
Khalil
Chargers,
Mack.
and the Raiders are the Raiders, and Khalil Mack understands their rivalry.
And this rivalry is going to be.
Would you argue that with J.J. Watt out for the season, that Khalil Mack is the best defensive player in the league? Or is it this guy in Denver, Von Miller?
Nah, Von Miller, hands down. Mack hasn't had as big a presence this year, so. But man, yeah, they're like you said, they got some good pieces during the offseason.
David Amerson and Sean Smith, I'm not gonna discredit them at all. They're a good cornerback duo.
And I know I did. I'm pretty sure we both loved Joseph out of West Virginia.
Carl Joseph.
So,
oh man,
he's getting some reps in there. Now let's go on to our beloved Chargers offense. Actually, hold on. Rewind back to the defense. They are statistically not doing well. 32nd in yards per game and 22nd in points allowed game. So they're doing worse than us. If that's an encouragement. So we have 2 teams with. Our defense is more in the middle, but
I would argue that Statistically, our defenses aren't bad, but the Raiders is more healthy. So it gives credit to a shootout, which is what we talked about Saints-Chargers.
Yeah, especially when our offense is 13th in yards a game and 3rd in points a game, and we have Phillip Rivers, who's number 5 and the number 5 quarterback in the NFL,
And
behind Carr.
you expect this game to get to a point where Carr is slinging it to Coop and Crabtree, Rivers is slinging it to Inman and Williams and Hunter Henry and all those guys, and we're firing back and forth. Who gets the turnover? Where will it go? And that's what we expect from this game.
Yeah, and dude, Hayward has consistently caused turnovers, or just our defense in general, turnovers.
Dexter McCoy's getting better. Adrian Phillips is getting better.
Phillips
Craig Mager had a pick.
I think Phillips getting confidence in that pick last week is big for his future on this team.
Brown is getting better.
Yeah. And Perryman, unfortunately, is looking like he went down, but
we'll see.
We'll see. All right, moving on from that. Let's talk about injuries now. Today, as of Thursday, your favorite, is it Zunbar or Dunbar? I don't know how to pronounce it.
I say
Zunbar. Okay, Zunbar did not practice. Now, Josh Perry could step in, but Zunbar's just been in and out of the rotation. Flowers did not practice. He has concussion-like stuff going on still. They're just being careful. And then Perryman with his shoulder did not practice. Not great.
They did say last week that he could have gone. So I expect him to play, try it out. We'll see. Game time decision Saturday.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just resting him, taking it easy.
It's only Thursday.
Only Thursday. And then of course the worst news of the week: Jason Barrett did not practice.
Goodbye.
22.
Another one.
FIFA mode in 17.
Week. My God.
Raiders. Their safety Nate Allen did not practice today, so kind of something to take note of. He's like the third safety, if you will, in the mix.
He was the first, but Carl Jost was stepping up in there. So.
Yep. And then also we have, like we were talking about, Latavius Murray did not practice.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm Smith did not practice. That's huge. And then one of their tackles, Menelik Watson.
I don't think that's a big deal. I think Malcolm Smith, the only thing is that you can get the run game going. I'm not going to sleep on it. Khalil Mack and Bruce Irvin's still there. But there is a weakness there in the middle, and you can go up against it. But I expect Malcolm Smith to play.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me, but he didn't practice as of Thursday, and that's kind of not a good sign. But what were you going to say?
Who's not on the injury report, Curtis?
For 2 days in a row. Joey
Bosa.
Freaking Bosa.
Joey Bosa, what up, bro?
Full practice, 2 days in a row. Had his first full practice under contract for the first time as a Charger.
He was catching some sick swell on a La Jolla, and he stood up on that surfboard, and that hamstring's good to go, my brother.
He's feeling great.
And he took that wave
no
all the way right into
frustrated.
practice, and feeling really all stretched out, feeling limber. And Josh Perry heard some rumors on 1360 that he's good to go.
Oh, I heard a lot of rumors from many people.
Brandon Mebane said that Bosa was
Mebane came out first and spilled the beans. And there's some chick named Allie from like a KUSI station.
Allie Wagner?
She broke some news about Bosa saying he's good to go. Good to go for Sunday. He feels great about it, but it's up to the coaches. We'll see if he's actually ready for the game. You know, he's physically doing great, but we'll see if he's ready for the game.
And then the name escapes me right now, and I hate that it is, but that defensive lineman who got suspended for
Damian Square.
Damian Square is back. So suddenly we go from nobody on the defensive line besides Mebane and Legit to two guys added to the defensive line.
Yeah, and they were doing reasonably pretty well with Ingram and Emmanuel in the mix.
I would argue also, Curtis, as crazy as it would be, it's very possible that if Denzel Perryman can't go, you put Jatavis Brown and Joey Bosa right there in the middle.
Well,
Bosa
that is crazy.
Bosa doesn't cover anything. Bosa just rushes on the blitz, picking his gaps. And then you play it safe with Melvin Ingram, Jerry Tauchu, and Jatavis Brown right in the middle.
Don't know how I feel about that.
My goodness.
Only because Bosa has seen no play time in the NFL yet.
Only Rocky Long himself could pull off a defense so crazy.
Rocky Long. Anyway, some keys to the game. Tricky thing. Gordon leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns, but his average is not great. We gotta fix that.
We gotta get the rushing yards per average going. I I attribute it to the O-line once again not being healthy. But as you'll notice, not a lot of offensive line guys on that injury report.
Yeah.
So, looking very good.
Yeah, there are some that have been banged up, but it looks like they're going to play.
Dunlop's out of concussion protocol. Orlando Franklin might be
looking
feeling
better.
His ankle
Barksdale's definitely going to play, looks
Good.
like. So
Good.
we'll have a healthy O-line going into Sunday, which is huge for our team. And another key to the game is got to be hold on to the ball. We've caused a lot of turnovers, but we've also given up the ball a lot, which has really made a difference in the outcome of the score. So, cause turnovers, but don't give up the ball.
Agreed.
Finish the game. We all know that. We've heard it again and again. Finish the freaking game.
You play to win the game.
Gotta finish
Herm
it.
Edwards.
Yep. And then one other thing is, man, Drew Kaiser needs to improve a little bit. He's not doing too hot.
And Raider Nation's really high on this punter that they got here. Throwing that in our Facebook Kaiser. So
Yeah.
maybe a little punt duel-off happening here.
Yeah, he needs to improve his game, but what I was going to say regarding punting is you need to force them to third and out, kill their momentum. You have to. You can't let them get
force them in
rolling.
bad field position. You cannot give Derek Carr 50 yards to go on a score. That's a joke.
Special teams got to step it up, and let's shut them down and stop their momentum.
My final key to the game, Curtis, and this is totally conjecture, but for me, I see a lot of fire, I see a lot of swagger, and I see a lot of character coming out of that Raiders defense. And it's going on offense. Jack Del Rio's got his guys pumped up, and I think that is the key to this game, is that Mike McCoy cannot get the Chargers going. John Pagano cannot get the Chargers going. Ken Wisenhunt definitely can't get that going. Ken Wisenhunt, I haven't seen him smile since 2009 in the Super Bowl, so don't know what to tell you about that. But when you got a guy like Jack Del Rio throwing a party over there for the Raiders, it's not going to look good.
We need a party.
Come on now. And as I might say, if it was me and what the Raiders did to us last season, I would go out there 50-yard and stomp that helmet. Set the precedence from the beginning of the game. But, you know, Mike McCoy ain't about that life.
This game is going to say a lot about our team, whether they're going to throw the towel in and quit, or if they're going to keep fighting. So
It says a lot about our coach's character and the precedence they set for who the Chargers are. If you lose this game purely based on the swagger of your team. I can't believe we're using that word.
Swagger. All right, well, I think that's all we have to say, right? I have nothing else left. So
Absolutely. And as you can see, it's Raiders week. We're obviously hyped up in this video.
Yeah.
Might have been a little off rails,
Raiders.
but special occasion.
Game time, 1-ish. I don't know if it's 15 or 25.
125, 115, whatever we got. Whatever.
CBS.
Plant your butt at 1 o'clock. Get ready for them to get going.
AFC West rivals going at it in Oakland with the Raiders.
Last time in Oakland?
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you for the recap after the game. Go Chargers. Let's get a win here. Let's turn things around.
Hello to all the Raiders fans in the comments. Welcome back.
And shout out to you, Caden Fitz. You know who you are.
Caden Fitz, the homie. All right. Bolt up, San Diego.
Talk
Get
to you
it
next
done.
time.